Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing Solana and Cardano, and they have taken a pretty big hit over the last couple of days, and we'll take a look and see what we can expect in the near future. If you haven't already subscribed, drop a comment below and let me know what you think where the future is going to land. So right now Solana is trading at 105.09 to the US dollar, and that's according to Binance. Now, if you notice these candles, it looked like the selling pressure yesterday was starting to actually get bought back in after it dipped down to around 103. However, today it started off and just selling off. We have about 15 hours left into the trading period for Solana, or for the market altogether. And if you notice the big yellow rectangle that I did this probably about a week or so ago. We were discussing when it was coming up. This is a key point to pay attention to, and if it can come up, that more than likely it will continue to rise. However, it could be retested. You can go back and check on that video on the channel. But however, we did start to drop, we came back up, and it looks like it's starting to decline even more so. Even if you notice the green horizontal line at 102.15, we were also discussing that it could start to work its way down to here based on the market structure that was given. That market structure is sitting right here, this one, when it started to climb. We said that, as I'm always telling you, and previous videos, almost every video that we're making, we're telling you about these market structures, how it's going to come back and it's going to return to there. Since this is the last major move, this is where we're going to come down to. And this is where that horizontal green line actually comes into play. And also you're probably looking at the yellow one as well. That's kind of the bottom line where we don't want to be at all, but it could potentially go there if we start to touch this even further, and based upon how the market's going to react, if it's going to keep diving down. Now, I don't believe it's going to come down to this point, but I do expect for us to kind of touch around 102 and then start to work our way back up, but also fighting against the resistance that's coming in as well. So this is what we can kind of expect next, around 102. To break past this. Now, we could get stopped right here, which is also a possibility, and could bounce back up on the positive note. But 117 is about where is honestly as positive as I can be for this particular coin, for Solana. Now, when I kind of like zoom out of it a little bit, you can kind of see that we're moving into that kind of range. Now, what I really wanted to see is to kind of make a head and shoulders pattern, at least to kind of break above that most recent high, and then kind of come back down, which is what I was really expecting. So it kind of came through, but just not quite. We didn't have enough momentum. Even if we look at the 4-hour charts and see what really has been happening recently, yeah, you can see our line just kind of like going down and continuing to do so. So we'll have to continue to watch and see what might happen even more. Right now, the trajectory was going up in a positive note. Now, if it starts to go up, that will be a good too, because we'll have at least a way to start making our trend lines based on this on a little bit more positive note. But it's just impossible to do so. I mean, you can, but I wouldn't really go by that too much, because really, if you pay attention, it looks like more of like a retracement kind of coming in, depending on how the next 2 or 3 days will be. So we'll have to pay attention to that a little bit later on, and see how the next 3 or 4 candles are going to play out. So the next week or so, we'll be able to see. Hopefully, it will start to push up in the next day or two, and give us a little bit of insight. All right, Cardano, also the same line, or the same yellow rectangle that we had. Let me just kind of make this down so we can kind of take a look. Also, about a week ago, the same thing. Nothing really changes here. And the blue line being where we would go through, we did push through the resistance or the support level coming in. Now, depending on how we close today or tomorrow, even more so, if we can actually start getting a green candle, that will be a good insight for us as well, if we're going to come back in there in this. But this yellow area is exactly where we can expect some kind of problems. Now, this is the same thing like we were talking about with Solana, and this is what our area of, well, to pay attention to, right? So if we continue to go down to as well, we can expect about 0.53. Right now it's trading at about 0.59, so almost 59. It's 59 cents, almost 60. And about a week ago, yeah, we were talking about this. We actually a little bit more so. We were talking about breaking over the trend line and coming over. We'll see some resistance coming over, and we did. We broke above it. We had some area play, then it pushed back up. Then once we get up here to the 60 mark, then we would expect a little bit of fight. Now we have another one, if you notice too, about 0.75. That's where we're hoping if we can break out above this area, we would expect it to kind of touch about the 75 cent mark. But we're just not there. We didn't quite make it, and we're coming down. Now, again, the same thing is going to be playing off just like Solana, is if we can kind of come back, enter this area, and push through and start going through. Now, honestly, the area here at about 67, you're going to see, because we're touching a few points here as well. If we're looking at the 4-hour time frame for Cardano, you can see too where we kind of bouncing around in there and then went down. Now, the major thing that kind of told you where this candle here as well. This morning star kind of just played out and started to give us that signal that it's going to go down, especially when we started to touch with such a strong, we had some buyback. That was really a good red flag for us that it's going to continue to collapse. Now, we have about 3 hours left in this time, and it looks like it's starting to buy back in, and we do, and we want to see that come in back in, and that way we can, well, pay attention a little bit more what we're going to see in the next couple of days. Again, so if the lower mark where I would expect us to go if it continues to fall down and see a little bit of support would be around 57 or so. Let me just put this here. Draw hurdle is on the line, a red one. Yeah, this is about here, and it's more of a area. So about right here is where you're going to see some area that if you are in, of course, the upper area for this that you want to pay attention to. So if we start to touch in this area, it could actually potentially start to decrease more, but I don't think it will. I think it will just kind of like bounce off that, retrace back up and come in. But however, if it does retrace up and it starts to kind of dwindle around and we don't really break above the 60 mark after that, then I would say that we're going into a very bearish way. But we don't have enough data to really show. I mean, we do. You can go through and make all your trend lines wherever you want, the 4-hour time frame, the 5 minutes. However, but I don't quite really do that. It's not sound enough for me. I like to play it by the day and not by the minutes to it. It's just, it makes more sense for me. Yeah, so this is what we're looking at, and hopefully we will see some positive insight in the next couple of days. All right, now let's take a look at the market as a whole. Solana is down by 3.9. Cardano is down by 3.9. So together, also falling down. Bitcoin is also about 0.3% as well. Ethereum is up by 1.1. It's one of the coins that's actually performing well today. Some other losers is DOT at minus 4.6, Link 3.7, Atom 4%. You have AVAX 4.3. And VET at 3.3 as well. XRP is down, and STX is actually doing a little bit better today than the others at 4.6. Render's up by 3.6, and those are the ones that are kind of holding everybody together. I don't know what your portfolio looks like, but this is what we have. So again, we'll have to take a look in the next couple of days. But however, if you're looking at for the week, we're doing pretty good. Even for the month, we are in the green. So weekly, some major coins. Solana fell by the week by 6.7%, AVAX 5.7 as well. But Ethereum and Bitcoin actually performed quite well. Matic performed well throughout the week. STX also performed at 35. Even Cardano performed for the weekly at 8.7%. Just the daily doesn't look too good. And if the next couple of days doesn't improve, then I wouldn't expect the week to be as fruitful. All right, guys, let me know what you think. Subscribe, drop a comment below, let me know, and I will see you again in the next video.